I'm the Retiarius, the net and trident fighter. The trident is a short spear, so in our game turns it's a javelin. I'm using one-handed. And you're the Secutor, which means you have a big, heavy tower shield and a short sword. But because it's Gladiators, none of us have body armor. We have all the extra kinds of helmets and so forth, but we don't have body armor. And we're starting off this fight. I've got the initiative, so I've got a bit longer weapon, and we're picking a movement tactic and a first combat action card. We've each drawn our hand of 7 cards, and so we're putting the space down in front of us. I got mine, you got yours. We're just going to reveal them simultaneously to see what we do. Yes?
Correct. Yep, I'm ready.
So I kept distance and thrust.
I am pausing and closing.
Okay, close versus keep distance is going to do anything. Pause means you can get -2 defense from your tower shield. We can see that if we hover over the tower shield. You can see it says passive shield -2.
TTS pulls that right up, right?
Like do alt over it. Yeah. And then my thrust says -1, but my prowess says +1, so I'm in at 0. If you're at 2, I need a 13 to hit you. I'm rolling 2 dice. And what did I get? 8. Oh no, I got a. Someone's got their hand over it. I rolled an 11 with a red 1, so I missed you. But that we just put our cards in the discard pile. Since I kept distance, we didn't change the range, and we're on to our next action. So I picked mine, waiting for my opponent. Okay, Nathan is ready. Looking over. You've got a shield parry this time, and I've got a thrust. So this shield parry means he's got his -2 for this active as a warrior, so -3. I need a 14 to hit him this time, and this time if I miss him, he's going to close in on me. He's actively parrying. But I got a hit. I got a 17 with a red 8. The thrust that's like also guys look at what my weapon does with the red 9. It says W, so I do an extra 1 point of damage. So he's taking 5 points of damage, so he's taking 1 plus 4. That is 1 to his fatigue and 4 to his body. You all do one fatigue first, then body. And he also has to draw a wound card, because I get a W result on him. So over here in these red and purple condition things, the purple conditions are bashes and the red ones are wounds. He's picking the wound card and seeing if thrust applies. Slight bleeding, thrust does apply. So he's now got this slight bleeding condition that will remain on him. Over his conditions area. And then, because I hit him, he didn't manage to close in on me with the field parry. If I had missed him, he would have get close and get the initiative from me. But I kept him out of range. All right, so I'm on to our next action. Okay, I paused. Ooh, he thrusts. Was smart of him. Okay, so. He correctly anticipated. I have no extra defense of this. He's got -1 for the thrust card and +1 for a short card. It's easier to hit with. But he's only an 11 to hit me with the short sword.
Just missed.
That's
missed. Oh, what'd you roll?
It was a 9. A
red 1.
Red 1.
Okay. One of the reasons I was pausing is I had this ability with my net. It says I did not attack or not hit. That's when I could throw my net. So that condition was just reached, so I'm going to use my entanglement ability, which I can do once per combat round. So I'm trying to throw my net to see if I can bash it. So I got a 17, and that says I succeed, and I also get to retain my net, so I don't even lose the net, and he has to draw 2 bash cards, type O. You got 2 of them, and I pick either one. What we got here? We got stun, type O applies, and off balance, type O applies. Stunned is worse, so I'll put stunned on him. So the other one goes back in the deck, but my net stunned him, so he actually has to discard 2 combat action cards, and he has to discard the rest of his hand. And it's also easier to hit him. Oh, he's out, so he's just got no non-pause cards left. So I have +1 to hit him while he's stunned, and this will last to the end of the round now. I've got a thrust to play on the next impulse. So that's going to need only a. He still gets his benefit of his shield though. So he's a net -1 to be hit. I need a 12 to hit him around his shield while he's stunned. Okay, I missed with the first one. I actually have one more thrust I can try in my hand. So I can try it again. He's just pausing because he's stunned. And I missed again. So my other cards are all defenses or pauses, so he makes it through the round. We look at his stun card, and it says roll 11 plus to discarding an extra draw step with +2 for each combat action card voluntarily discarded before the roll, and it also has 1 hand size. So he's only drawing 6 cards in this next round. By the way, we each lose fatigue because we fought around. And then we're drawing new hands of cards. I'm drawing 7, he's only drawing 6 because of the stun on him. And he can throw away one of those cards to try to get rid of the stun. If he needs 11 plus if he doesn't throw away any cards, and he needs a 9 if he throws away 1, and so on. So he can decide how many of the cards he can live without in his hand.
I'll discard 2.
After he sees his deck. Okay. So which 2? He shows 2 discards, and he only needs a 7 to get rid of his stun.
Got it.
So an 8.
Yep.
I thought
So
that was
good thing you
2.
threw that. Good thing you threw that last card. So the stun now goes away, goes back in the deck. It did mean that he has far fewer cards this round, but he's otherwise okay. I'm going to do. Let's see. I'm picking a movement tactic. You do footwork only once a round, the start of the round. So whereas you do an action every impulse. There's 6 impulses. So I'm ready with my 2.
Ready.
Okay, so we flip him over. I'm doing keep distance and I'm dodging. Well, he also defended, since we both defended. That doesn't do anything. But I didn't attack and was not hit, so I can try to use my net against this new round. So I'll do that. I flip this over because I refused it. Well, maybe I'll consult it first. What did I get? I got a 6. A 6 means that I fail, but I keep the cloak. So I can do it again. I can try it again next round, but I'm not going to hit him with the net this round. All right, so we're on to the next. Ready?
Ready.
Okay, I'm using an Artful Dodge. He's using a Slash. So his Slash is his best attack. He gets +1 for the Slash and +1 for his sword. So he's got a net +2. I've got 3 for my dodge, so he needs a 12 to hit me. Oh, sorry, 4 for my dodge. I'm prowess 4, so he needs a 13 to hit me. What'd you get?
10.
Missed. 10.
Got check with red 3. So red 3, my Artful Dodge says the attacker has to pause the next impulse. So I know what he's doing. He's pausing. That's one of the things that defenses can do for you. They can create openings. So right now he's a little bit out of position. I know I can thrust. He still gets 2 defense for his shield. So I need a 13 to hit him while he's pausing. I missed with a 9. Okay. So you got through that one. How many cards do you have left?
This is the last one.
Got it. Okay, there's still another impulses after that, but
He's got a 4.
okay. I'm going to dodge. He's slashing again, so again he needs a 13. Notice that when I'm actively defending, it's hard for me to hit him. It is for me to hit him around the shield, because his shield is one good defense. What'd you roll?
It's a 10. Red 2.
Okay, so he has to pause again his next impulse. He has to do that anyway because he's out. But unfortunately, I only have pauses, so I can't actually exploit this. He makes it through another round. We're both losing the fatigue. In that round, I used all my defenses early because I knew that I had a lot of pauses and he was going to run out. Okay. So we're drawing a new hand of cards, all full again, and we're picking a new footwork tactic again. And also, my net is refreshed. So a chance of using that potentially. Okay, so I'm going to do. Okay. And so far, the distance has been long the whole time, and I've had the initiative the whole time. He hasn't managed to get in on me yet with a parry or something. Let me know when you're ready. Okay. I've got a keep distance and an artful thrust. Okay, my artful thrust is a little bit better, so I actually need a 12 to hit it this time. This is my advanced blow. You get some advanced blows and advanced defenses if you're a better fighter.
What did he do?
He did a pause.
He did a keep distance as well, right?
Oh, you both kept distance. You're right, so -1, so I need a 13.
Right.
And that's
And
what's
then,
going to be
and then the second impulse, you're out of
we're
reach.
going to be out of distance. But I rolled an 18 with a red 9, so that becomes red 10. So I'm doing 5 more damage to him, 1 fatigue and then 4 body. It's going to be his last fatigue, and then 4 body, taking to 2, and he went over half of his body, so that would normally be a wound card. He also got a wound result, so yes, he has to draw 2 wound cards and see if thrust applies to either of them. I stabbed him pretty good with that one, but he's down to 2 left.
He's down 2 body.
Down to 2 body. A deep bleeding, which is thrust applies, and a slight bleeding. I'll put the deep bleeding on him. By the way, we forgot at the start of the round, you're supposed to roll for your slight bleeding before. Let's do that. Let's roll for this. There's.
Well, you forgot it, so you got to keep going to the next round.
You're right. I normally should forget it. You're
That's
right.
right. Yeah.
The rule is if you forget something, you don't get it.
Yeah.
All right. So, but he's got both those bleedings on him now, and we're on to the second impulse of this round. Oh, sorry. The second impulse was both out of reach because we both kept distance. So we stepped out of measure. We can't reach each other. We have to pause on our second impulse. Okay. So that through that, it's like we have a shorter round this time. Okay. Third impulse. Okay, we're both defending. I'm going to try to use my net one last time. I got an 8. I failed. I keep the net. Okay, impulse 4. Okay, we'll both attack at the same time. This is where me having reach means that if I hit him, he doesn't get his attack. Because he's attacking, he doesn't get the passive defense from his shield. It's not sort of in position. So I've got +1, -1. He's got nothing. I need an 11 to hit him, and if I do, I'll finish him off. But I miss, so he gets his slash at me, also no defense. So he only needs a 9 to hit me. He's slashing and I'm not defending.
13.
What's the red?
6.
Okay, so you did an ordinary hit to me, which means you're doing the ordinary damage of your short sword, which is 4, so I'm taking 1 + 3. I can take that. So, not great, but and I use this up. So, we're on to the 5th impulse.
Hey, Jason.
Yep.
It's Mike. I'm here, by the way.
Yeah, we're recording this, so just wait for a second. So I'm pausing on impulse 5.
Thrusting.
That's a thrust. So you get +1 for your sword, -1 for your thrust. You need an 11 to hit me.
Miss.
Okay, I'll take that. And you ready?
Yep.
I'm pausing.
Slashing.
He's got a slash. He needs a 9. Where his speed is coming through.
11 with a red 6.
Okay, so you did 1 + 3 again. That's going to put me over 50% body. So I have to draw a wound card myself. Oops. It's a, this is a nasty one. Severe belly wound, but this would be very nasty to me, but only cut, thrust, great blow, and ferocious blow applies. If he was using a nastier axe or something, that would have taken effect on me. But as it is, it doesn't because it's he's slack. and slash is not one of the um,
But he could have
Height.
thrust if it was a short sword, but that was one of those.
yes.
Yep.
If he had thrust with a short sword, that would have hit me. It would have done it to you. So that's a little bit hard to hit with. That ends the round. So at the end of the round, we're each losing fatigue. We're now both tired. So we're each doing one less damage to each other. And then also you got to roll for both your bleedings, both your bleeding for both your wounds. Your severe first, the deep bleeding first. What'd you get?
9.
That's -1 body.
Ouch.
Drops you to 1. And the slight bleeding, 2 to 6 will finish you off.
13.
13. 13, it is no effect. It doesn't quite discard. 14 would discard the slight bleeding. So we're on to the next round. We're both tired. I'm drawing all of my deck, so that means I'm going to take my discard pile. I'm going to flip it. And it's my new deck. Oops. Grab the whole thing. And gotta shuffle it. And I'm going to draw the remaining cards from this deck. So I'm going to draw 3 more from that. So 3 more cards in my hand. And my net is refreshed. Okay, and we're doing movement tactics again this time. Interesting, interesting. Okay. Okay. He's at 1 I'm at 3. Next, it could win. Oh, you got it.
Oh,
I am shield parrying and keeping distance.
Okay, I dodged. We both defended, so neither of us are going to attack, and I'm going to try to use my net. So my only requirement there is that I didn't attack, I wasn't hit. That is a 12. 12? 12, 8, 4.
yeah, okay.
So that it is does succeed, but it also means I lose my net. So my net is gone for good, and that also means that I'm switching to using my spear with 2 hands instead of 1. But you're drawing 2 of those cards and type O applies. It is staggered. You discard 1 card. For a knockdown, I'll take knockdown because O applies. Discard your hand. That will put him on his butt for the rest of the round. So my net got him good, and I know what he's doing. The knockdown means that I get +2 to hit him. He still gets his -2 for his shield parry, but that is his passive shield. But I get to do an artful thrust at him, which is going to be +2, -2 for his conditions, and net +1 for me. So I only need 10 to finish him off. Now that he's on the ground. And I got a 4. I got a 10 exactly, so that will take him out. But that's an example of a fight. The Retiarius is actually somewhat favored in this because the net can be pretty powerful, as you saw it, but bashed a couple of times. He did get me to the point where if he'd hit me 1 more time, he would have got me, but he's still not favored against this against the Retiarius. All right, I think I'll probably stop recording for this.
Will you join the fray? Try Havoc, and let's slip the dogs of war.